Ladies and gentlemen, we will now hear the remarks from the Assistant Adjutant General.
Your true heroes when we get around to it all. The second group are the retirees. I know there's several over there in the seats. You're what made us what we are today. Without you, for the soldiers that went away, the best brigade in the state of Illinois. I'm not supposed to say that because I have 5 brigades. But I do have a special personnel readiness, equipment readiness, and training readiness. The world's a weird place right now. A lot of things going on. And you have to be ready. Tracker went away? Let's get everybody with
Oh, he's just about to start. I'll call you when he's done.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Today, we are sending a mission to help our fellow Americans in Puerto Rico who are suffering from this tragic hurricane. We sent a letter to the Governor Rosello of Puerto Rico a month ago saying that we have Illinois National Guard troops, some of the best troops in the world here in Illinois, ready to assist if the people of Puerto Rico would like us to. They have now officially responded. They signed a request yesterday to have troops sent. So this morning, early this morning, first thing, we deployed 156 Illinois National Guard troops to Puerto Rico. They are in the air as we speak. It is 156 troops from our Illinois National Guard. They are military police. They are trained in public safety, public security, patrolling neighborhoods, helping with convoys, helping protect the citizens in Puerto Rico and protect life and property. We offered another 300 and some troops as well. So far, the leaders in Puerto Rico have not asked us to send those troops. This expedition, this delegation going of the Illinois National Guard will cost roughly $948,000 to deploy. This is a cost being borne by the state of Illinois, but we have an agreement with Puerto Rico, for the leaders there, that they will reimburse our costs for this deployment. They left early this morning, and we wish them Godspeed and good fortune to protect the people of Puerto Rico, our fellow American citizens, as the people of Puerto Rico recover from this devastating storm. Prior to this deployment, we have deployed more than 60 Illinois National Guard troops more than a month ago on a federal deployment that was covered by the federal government cost, and this was, excuse me, lost my microphone. This cost for that deployment of 60 was paid for by the federal government, and that was around special capability, communications, healthcare, other types of backgrounds for that deployment. Those troops have been there for weeks, again, assisting with recovery in Puerto Rico. At this point, communications are majority restored in Puerto Rico, but there are still places that don't have communications. Power is being restored in most communities in Puerto Rico, but there are many communities who still do not have power, and there is still significant travel restrictions as we seek to send more food, medicine, and assistance. The Lieutenant Governor Sanguinetti and I have done fundraising help for the people of Puerto Rico, and again, we would like to thank Takeda Pharmaceuticals for donating $50,000 as part of the Lieutenant Governor's fundraiser to assist in Puerto Rico. We have also offered to be a state that will be a temporary home. So we will accept citizens from Puerto Rico to come and live in Illinois on a temporary basis. We have submitted our proposal to be a state that will welcome those in Puerto Rico who need temporary housing and assistance. So far, we have not heard of an official response from the Puerto Rican government on any state that they've selected, but we have offered. There are more than 3,000 citizens of Puerto Rico who are living in temporary shelters, and frankly, I believe the number is much larger than that, but that's the official reported number. And we stand ready to accept many of those individuals if they would like to come here and get temporary housing in the state of Illinois. With that, I'd like to turn over the microphone to the head of our Illinois National Guard, General Hayes, to make further comments. General Hayes.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, good morning. I'm Major General Richard Hayes. Since 31 August, the Illinois National Guard has been actively involved in supporting hurricane operations from Harvey to Irma to Maria. And we were one of the earlier states to provide assets to the federal government to lift critical needed equipment into Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, and we continue that support today. Proud to say that our MPs left this morning. A couple of them are Puerto Rican descent, as a matter of fact, and one of them is actually here from Humboldt Park, where we speak to you today. They have a tough mission ahead of them. We're going to help provide a safe and secure environment as the recovery continues. We expect in the next 30 days or so that they'll redeploy back to the United States. The National Guard Bureau, along with the Department of Defense, has worked diligently in creating rotational forces to support the recovery efforts there. And we look forward to their great work for the citizens of Puerto Rico and look forward to their safe return. And it's our hope that we can add significantly to the restoration and bringing back some normalcy to the U.S. citizens there in Puerto Rico. Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to HIMA Director James Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you, General Hayes. Thank you, Governor. James Joseph, James Joseph, Director of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency. I just want to echo what Governor Rauner and General Hayes have already talked about. Early on, since the storms have struck not just Puerto Rico, but also the Virgin Islands and Florida and Texas, Illinois has been very forward-leaning in our offers of support to any of these communities. Any state that needed any assistance, I was on the phone right away to my counterparts in these states, in these territories, offering any assistance that we can provide. And now that we are actually deploying, the governor placed on active duty and is deploying members of the Illinois National Guard, we're really going to be able to help the community there in their ongoing recovery efforts. The military, police companies that are going out will be providing logistical support, logistical security, as well as assisting local law enforcement in their day-to-day activities throughout the island. So it's very important for us to continue to support any community in the face of disaster, in face of any situation as well. Behind us here are many local community leaders, local and state elected officials, and they have continuously asked us to ensure that we can do whatever we can to support those communities. And with Governor Rauner's charge for us to do so, we will continue to do so as we move forward as well. With that, I would like to ask State Senator Omar Aquino to please come forward and say a few words.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is State Senator Omar Aquino, A-Q-U-I-N-O. I'm the State Senator in the 2nd District, which actually represents the Humboldt Park community, Hermosa and Belmont-Cragen. I want to thank Governor Rauner, General Hayes, Director Joseph, and all others, everyone standing behind me right now, who has made a commitment to the people of Puerto Rico that they are not alone, that we as a state of Illinois are going to be helping them by sending them the members of the National Guard, but also by becoming a welcoming state for those families that want to choose Illinois as a home temporarily. We are the 7th largest community of Puerto Ricans outside of Puerto Rico. As a Puerto Rican myself, I have family, this is very personal to me, I have family members that are still without water, still without electricity. I myself have not been able to communicate with my grandfather since Hurricane Maria has hit the island. So it brings joy to my heart that that our state is now responding and committing to the people of Puerto Rico that we are with them. I know that in this community, be it from nonprofits, citizens, the clergy, and so forth have been at the forefront of assisting the people of Puerto Rico by sending different deployments, either of aid or relief or medical missions that have been developed. So there's a lot of leaders back here that have been working on this. I'm just excited to know that the state of Illinois is committing not only for the people in Puerto Rico, but those that choose to come here in our state. So thank you so much.
Okay, let me do it that at the very end. I want to get Representative Louis Arroyo.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor. This is very important that the people of Puerto Rico are going to get the National Guards from the state of Illinois. I'm also the representative of the 3rd District, and my district is one of the biggest Latino districts with the Puerto Rican community. This is very important to the Puerto Rican community. I also am Puerto Rican, and my family lost houses, lost a lot of property in Puerto Rico. We need help. Puerto Rico is still don't have lights. Puerto Rico still don't have water, and the majority of the island. We need transportation. We still have a lot of cargo that needs to get to Puerto Rico, and we want to reach out to FedEx and to DHL to be able to give us planes to be able to get the equipment that we have, the supply that we have. We have not gotten help from them, but I do want to thank the governor. Governor Rauner, thank you very much. This is well needed, and I want to see if we could keep going back and forth to be able to bring more military help from the National Guards. Thank you, National Guards. You are heroes. Thank you. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and the people from Puerto Rico also appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and then Fred.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Fred Crespo. I'm the state rep of the 44th District. That's Schaumburg, Kaufman Estates. I feel like I had to leave last night to get here on time. But I'm happy to be here. I want to thank Governor Rauner for his support of Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans here in the state of Illinois. General Hayes, I want to thank you as well, and Director Joseph. But a huge shout out for those in the National Guard who are there right now. But not only them, but their families. I want to thank their spouses and parents for knowing that it's not an easy thing. My parents live out there. I'm very lucky. I was born in this great state of Illinois. I'm very proud of that. I'm also very lucky that I grew up in Puerto Rico during my formative years. So I have a lot of friends. My mom, my dad, brothers and sisters live out there. I was telling Governor Rauner that there's something to be said about old technology where people are complaining that they can't communicate with their families. My mom and dad, as much as we told them for many years, get rid of that landline. You don't need that anymore. Well, guess what? The landline still works. So we've been able to communicate with them. They're doing better than most. They live in the metropolitan area. Those homes were made of concrete, so they managed to do okay. Obviously, they don't have any water. They don't have any electricity. They're in the mid-80s, so we're very concerned. They're very stubborn. They don't want to come to the States. They want to stay home. So knowing that, I'm very fortunate, very lucky that we know we have people here who are going out there to help the people in Puerto Rico. And I'll tell you, it's great to see the effort on the front end. We see this all the time. The key thing is we need to sustain this effort until things are taken care of, and that's going to take a while. So I'm pretty sure, and I know the Governor Rauner is committed to doing that, so I want to thank them. I want to thank his entire staff for helping out. And for those, the National Guard who are leaving for Puerto Rico, who are there right now, notwithstanding all the devastation, what you're going to find is a beautiful island. You're going to find people are very friendly, and most importantly, having the manpower there and woman power means a lot. But for Puerto Ricans, just to see that people care, that people show up, is an emotional boost, and sometimes you can't even measure that. So again, thank you very much, Governor Rauner. As I told you earlier, it's nice to see us all come together. Republicans and Democrats, suburban legislators, Chicago legislators, and I also want to thank, most importantly, the leadership in Humboldt Park. They've been phenomenal in making sure they work together and helping our families and friends in Puerto Rico. So again, thank you very much, Governor Rauner. Thank you again.
Again, I'll reiterate for those who joined a little bit late. Early this morning, the Illinois National Guard deployed 156 troops to Puerto Rico. They are in the air as we speak. These are troops who are trained military police. They are going for public safety and public security. They are experts in helping with convoys and helping distribute food and equipment and to keep lives and property safe in Puerto Rico. This is a deployment that's being paid for by the state of Illinois. It will be reimbursed by the people of Puerto Rico through our prior agreement. This is being done under an offer we made more than a month ago to the governor of Puerto Rico. We offered to send troops if needed, and yesterday they officially requested these military police, so we deployed them early this morning. More than a month ago, we also had deployed at the federal government's direction more than 60 Illinois National Guard members. They went special training and communications and medicine and medical care and other expertise. They've been there for many weeks helping the people of Puerto Rico recover. We also, in Illinois, have offered to help our fellow American citizens in Puerto Rico. Everyone in Puerto Rico is an American citizen. We've offered to provide temporary housing for them in Illinois if they need it. There are more than 3,000 people in Puerto Rico who've lost their homes, have no place to live, and are living in temporary shelters. So we've offered to provide shelter for them if they need it, and we are standing by to see if our offer is accepted. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody. And again, thank you to our National Guard troops. They are our heroes, our men and women in uniform. Actually, let's all give a round of applause for our National Guard. God bless the people of Puerto Rico. God bless the people of Illinois. God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Oh, okay, questions on topic. So this is an arrangement that is being funded by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. They are the ultimate source of payment for this program. This would be temporarily in hotels, and then after that short period, arrangements for people to go into homes for a longer period of time. I believe we could handle many folks. We don't have the exact parameters. Obviously, we have a very large, vibrant Puerto Rican community here in Illinois. We're very proud of that. But there are many very large, vibrant Puerto Rican communities in states, Florida, New York, and others. And I think in the end, it's the choice of the citizens, of the residents, what state they would like to go live in on a temporary basis, and we'll see what they decide. So, yeah. Oh, I don't know why this keeps falling down. You want to talk about that?
Yes, sir. So that's a federal application process. So any resident of Puerto Rico, what FEMA and Puerto Rico are going to do is they're going to give priority to those that are still in congregate shelters. There's some 70 shelters still open throughout the island of Puerto Rico. And at last count that we have from the federal government, about 3,000 persons in those shelters. So they're going to receive the first priority to, once the governor of Puerto Rico makes a determination on which states they would like to partner with for a host state agreement, then those individual residents of Puerto Rico can decide which state they want to go to. And I'm sure they'll make that decision based on where they may have family or friends or other community groups that they can connect with. So that'll be a decision of the individual resident of Puerto Rico.
Great. Anybody else? Any other questions? All right, thanks much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Sure,
General?
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Glad you can come.
Yeah, thanks. Fred, thank you. Thank you for your service. Appreciate you.
That's the good side, right? Oh, wait, look, you need to turn around now.
Thank you.
Very much. Thank you for your service. I would be honored.